Welcome to Tuesday edition of Take 5. Hope you're having a good day. We're in a series that I'm calling Christianity Highlights, or I'm sort of a tour guide going through some of the beauties of Christianity and what Christ accomplished for us. This week we're looking at some of the very aspects of Christ's accomplishment. It's sort of like I'm taking you to Italy and we're looking at the highlights, and I'm the tour guide and I am showing you some of the beauty. Let's say we're in Venice now and we're in St. Mark's Square, and I show you the beautiful church of St. Mark and all of its history, and that's sort of what this is. We're going to look at some of the highlights of Christianity. Again, don't have a whole lot of time, but I think we'll find them meaningful. So here's the first word. It will be one word each time. The first word is the word justification. And I know you've heard it before, and it sounds like a $20 word. Think about it this way, just for a moment. When you think of justification, one of the things that it assumes there's a problem, right? If I have to justify why I'm late, there's a problem. I'm late, you're frustrated because I'm late, and so I try to justify that by saying, here's the excuse, here's the reason why I'm late. And in a sense, and I want you to see, if I'm trying to justify my lateness, I'm trying to demonstrate my innocence. And in a sense, that's what biblical justification is. It says there's a problem. And we can make excuses, but that won't work. We can make excuses, but instead Christ does something for us so that God doesn't make an excuse, but he can now declare our innocence because of what Christ has done. Assumes there's a problem, and now there's a favorable verdict, and we are now declared not late, but we're okay, not guilty, but now we are righteous or innocent. I want to read the passage now out of Romans 3, verses 22 through 24. Justification is one of the beautiful highlights of Christianity. It declares that we're righteous, we're right in God's sight, even though we've sinned, even though we're late, right? So here we go. Paul writes in Romans chapter 3, verse 22, the righteousness of God, the absolute perfect standard of God, is through faith in Jesus Christ. That's how you get it. You don't work for it. You don't make excuses for it. It's through faith in Christ to all who believe, since there is no distinction. Everybody has to believe. And when you believe, that perfect rightness before God is there. He goes on. And the reason we all need to do it, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. All of us have fallen short. All of us are late, and all of us need to justify why we're late, right? And here's verse 24. They are justified freely by his grace. They are justified freely. Justified means that they're declared okay. They're declared right. They're declared in a good standing with God. Even though they're late, even though all have sinned, they now are justified. They are declared right by God. How is that done? They are justified freely by his grace through the redemption. That's another key word. Christ, if you redeem a coupon, you're buying something. Christ paid for that justified declaration. He paid for our rightness on the cross through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. So justification basically is saying that there's a problem. And although we try to justify the problem with either our excuses or saying I didn't do anything or trying really hard, none of that works. So instead, we become justified. That justification takes place not by what we do or say, but by believing in Christ, by God's grace. It's a free gift that God gives us. We'll deal with that next week. And through that faith now, we have been justified. It's a statement, it's a declaration of you were late, but now you're okay. You're justified. You were a sinner apart from God, but now because of the work of Christ, he paid for your rightness. You are declared right. Just sit with that for a minute. You are right in Christ. Nothing else you have to do for it, but simply rest in the redemption of Christ, who has now justified you. One of the beautiful highlights of Christianity is justification. declared right because of what Christ has done for you. We'll go with highlight number 2 tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday. Enjoy your justification.